My first book was about Puerto Rican women authors on the island and the mainland. So it was the first book-length study that addressed some of the commonalities between these two groups of writers from both sides. I am currently working on a book on Caribbean borderlands. Basically, I'm interested in exploring how undocumented migration is represented in the literature and art of the Hispanic Caribbean. What they needed help with was with their two after-school programs. One is Crece Conmigo. It goes from kindergarten through 6th grade. The other one is called Adelante America, and it goes from 7th grade to 12th grade. And they wanted my students to help tutoring and mentoring the children to try to encourage them to study, to get better grades, to help them. You know, many of these children have parents who don't speak the language, parents who cannot help with homework, parents who are working 2 or 3 jobs, so they're barely home. So La Casa is fulfilling a very important need in that community among the children. And that is the investment, right, on the children of the community, so that they can have a chance later on and encourage them to go to college, etc. So that is part of what my students are doing, trying to promote that love of learning, encourage them to dream, to have goals, you know, through their own example. Even something as, you know, the idea of Spanish being looked down upon, all of this prejudice that emerges, you know, through the experience of being a minority. And I always tell my students, remind them that you are studying Spanish. It is that important, you know? So if it is important to you, it should be important to them too. Sometimes CBL, community-based learning, tends to be maybe looked down upon because perhaps there's this perception that it is not academically rigorous enough. So I know that, you know, in the field out there, you know, many institutions don't necessarily encourage their junior faculty to pursue this type of pedagogy. I was very supported during that time. I started when I was a junior faculty, and some people even warned me outside the university, like, you perhaps should not get into, you know, just work on your book, get it out, publish it, you know, focus on the scholarship. But what I've done is that I am teaching these courses without really sacrificing the academic rigor. Basically, I've added another component. My expectations are really high for my students academically, and I have not really sacrificed anything for them.